What's up, guys? Welcome back to the shop. On this quick tech tip episode, we are going to be showing you how to use the Deutsch maintenance crimp tool. The part number is HDT-48-00, and it works for these crimp ends. It produces a nice solid 4-point crimp, and we're going to be using one of these bulkheads for the firewall. This is Project Prelude's harness, engine harness, and it will be plugging in right there in the firewall. So let's go over how we use this bad boy, because it is a slick tool. It will crimp wires from 12 all the way down to 20, I believe. So super nice tool. Let's show you how to get it set up. Okay guys, the crimp tool is incredibly easy to use and set up. First thing we're going to do is we want to make sure the locking jaws are all the way open, the handles are all the way up. And then the second thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and adjust for our wire size. In our case, we'll be crimping 12 gauge crimps, and it'll click and lock down just like that. There is a hole right there that you can slide a locking clip in if you're going to be doing a ton of the same crimps and you just want to make sure this doesn't move. You can slide that through there. I'm not going to worry about it at this point because I'm only going to be doing a handful of these. Next thing we want to do is loosen up the locking nut on the back side so we can allow the barrel depth, crimp depth, to turn. With our pin here, we want to make sure that the crimping barrel is pointed up, and the easiest way to determine the crimping barrel is look for the hole in one side, and that is a little inspection hole to make sure you have wire all the way down in the crimp so you have a nice solid connection. So the first thing we're going to want to do is drop that in there with the crimping barrel up, and then slowly turn the adjuster screw until that barrel is about flush, perfectly flush down there with that. Once we have that flush, we'll go ahead and lock down the locking nut and give the crimps a squeeze till you hear one click. Now that click means that this is nice and centered in there and ready to go, and it's held nice and tight. It also means that it's time to crimp. Alright guys, so now that we have the pin in the crimper and that's ready to go, it's time to move over to our wire. And so what we want to do here is we want to strip off just enough wire. In our case, it's just over 1/4 inch probably, so that the wire will basically bottom out inside the pin itself. And then when the pin is on, we won't have any exposed copper down here, because the last thing we want to do is have anything that can give us any arcing issues or anything like that. So that's about the perfect strip right there. So let's get this thing crimped. Slide the wire in to the crimp barrel on the pin, making sure it's fully seated, and give it a squeeze until the handles open back up. Check your inspection hole. I see copper in there, so we're good to go on that. So I'm going to go through and get the rest of these done so I can get the harness back in the car. Alright guys, I hope that was somewhat helpful trying to show you how to use the crimps. I know the first time I used them, they look a little intimidating with all the rotating dials and the levers and everything. So pretty simple to use, really nice product. I highly recommend this style of connector and crimp. The bulkheads are awesome for engine harnesses going in through the firewall. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.